Force-free training or balance training? This is a question that every single dog owner should be asking themselves, whether you just got a dog or you've had a dog your entire life. I'm Ethan. I have trained hundreds of dogs. I'm a professional dog trainer. Hit that subscribe button and we'll see you in the video. What is force-free training? Force-free training it's a training style where dog trainers and dog owners mainly focus and solely focus on reinforcement. It's also called positive only training because we are only reinforcing behaviors, and we are trying to, at least these trainers are trying to shape behaviors using reinforcement only with no communication on what's wrong, and there's no negative or consequences of behaviors that are undesired. And that leads me into balance training, which is training that we not only do reinforcement, just like force-free, but we also discourage unwanted behaviors to create clarity for our dog. And it might sound all, kind of like a fairy tale, where why don't we just use force-free training and never correct our dog and our dog's gonna understand it? It doesn't work like that. Life doesn't work like that. You and I's life, we have consequences and punishments all the time that makes us do behaviors less. And it's important that we create that clarity for our dog as well. And actually, using a balance training approach makes our dog a lot happier because they have the clarity of what's expected of them, and there's a lot less anxiety, and our dog is just generally happier. And there are some studies that show that force-free training makes your dog less stressed. And yes, of course it does. The idea of force-free training is to create no stress, right? When we're teaching our dog how to sit and how to down and basic commands and shape behaviors, yeah, we are using positive reinforcement. That's the whole idea. We want our dog to not be stressed. We want our dog to repeat this behavior. Yes, but when we are decreasing unwanted behaviors, positive only training doesn't work. And there are also a lot of studies that show that dogs that have gone through a balanced training approach with corrections as well as reinforcement are a lot happier. And I mean, even just my example, I'm big on training how dogs work and how humans work and how we understand things, where my two dogs are two of the happiest dogs that you have ever met. I get this all the time. Like, how are your dogs so happy? I give them consequences. I correct them when they are doing something that I don't want them to do. How are they happy? Because they're clear. They have very clear expectations. They know what's expected of them. It's important that we use the right training approach at the right time. We should not correct our dog ever when we want them to sit. At least when we haven't taught them and generalized it. If we haven't taught our dog how to sit and fully generalized in a living room, we can't go outside to a dog park and tell them to sit and then correct them for not sitting. No, that's not at all what we do, and that is unfair to your dog. But what is fair to your dog is teaching them what sit and down and come mean in your living room and generalizing it, and going outside and holding our dog accountable. If we tell them to come and they don't come, and they know what we're talking about, of course, we have to give them a correction because that's a safety issue, right? There's a lot of people out there that don't want to correct their dog, but end up putting their dog in dangerous situations, and their dog is a lot less happy. And if we used a balanced training approach, we can improve our communication and the clarity between us and our dog. And we can actually give our dog more freedom and more fun in their life and really build that bond that you and I want to do, right? The reason I have dogs, not only am I a dog trainer, but I want my dogs to adapt to my lifestyle. I want to be able to bring my dogs with me in places that I would just go naturally. And that's what I do every single day with my dogs. I will go out and about and walk around the streets of my local city and have my dogs off leash. I will put them in a stay in a crowded, busy environment and walk away. And the only way that that is possible is with balanced training, because putting your dog in a situation like that where you have no control, where there's a ton of reinforcements all over the environment, our dog will be put in dangerous situations and also won't have the clear, happy life that they deserve. So it's important as you go throughout your training and improving your relationship and building a relationship with your dog, that you have an understanding that when your dog is doing something that you don't want them to do, you have to stop them from doing it. And stopping them from doing it does not work with force-free training, because force-free training actually inherently does not discourage any behavior. And very, very rarely do I see force-free trainers actually fix behavioral issues, especially the more severe behavioral issues. And so really think about it in your day-to-day life. How do you communicate with your dog? How can you adapt and change the way that you communicate with your dog? Because that will change your dog's life for the rest of their life and allow them to be a lot happier, healthier, and live a happy life. If you found this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button. Really helps out our channel. Hit that like button. See you in the next one.